In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what is light seal. Well, light seal is a patent that FiberFin has that is very unique to plastic optical fiber, because what it does is it is the ability to deform a connector or a ferrule around the plastic fiber and hold it. And this is really handy when you're using a very small ferrule, or if you have a field installable connector. There's different kinds of connectors in that, but what it's doing in that swage process is, in this tool right here, it uses this collet and it forces the collet around the metal ferrule, and it's deforming it or swaging it around uniformly. And what it does is it actually aligns and makes the fiber and the OD of the connector concentric, and that's very important when you start talking about actual loss in the connector itself. So I'm going to go ahead and do one for you so you can kind of see how easy it is. Now, what this is this is a little sensor ferrule. We call it a sensor ferrule because what we can do here is, on like a standard 1mm fiber, we can put this little ferrule on without epoxy, and we can do that by just aligning it up and using this swage tool. We can put it in the tool and actually swage that ferrule onto the fiber. So now that ferrule is on that fiber very tightly, and so now you can use this for like a proxy sensor or something like that. So it's a very handy thing to do. The other thing that's very nice is if you have a connectorless device like this Keon sensor or one of the media converters, you can actually strip the fiber back. And I'll actually do one for you here. We can actually strip the fiber back. You can put on one of these little sensor ferrules on there. And what it's doing is now you've got the end of this fiber to where you now have a nice little end that won't wear and it won't deform. And when you're using a little connectorless device like that, it's very handy. The other thing that FiberFin does very well is the way that we can engineer different things. So in this particular tool, we engineered to have a stock ferrule. And what this stock ferrule does is on the Keon's device, a lot of times you don't know when the fiber is fully engaged. So we have the ability, using the same swage tool and a locator on it, and now we can actually put a metal stop on there, and we know how deep we're supposed to go inside the Keon's tool or in an optometer or an optolock. So the other thing we have are these little ferrules. They're a FF-LS OPT1, and what they're doing is it's a metal ferrule that you can put on the end of a standard fiber. We can strip off the jacket and we can actually insert this in using the same tool here, and actually swage the nose on, crimp the back on, and now we have a metal ferrule on there. So if you're using like an optolock, take the dust cap off, now you have an actual metal ferrule going into the optolock. And that's really good as if you have like a multi-core. Here's one here. This is a 16 fiber. We can actually put one of these metal ferrules over the top of these 16 fibers and then crimp it on the back, and now all 16 fibers are held within this metal jacket. So that's a very handy thing. In the connectors in the light seal versions, we have the LC, the SC, SMA, STA, and we also have a VersaLink model. On the ST, I'll demonstrate one of these for you. Using the same 1mm cable, we can strip back the jacket, we can insert a ST connector on there, we can swage the nose of the connector. So now that connector is held very tightly while just swaging that nose. Then we can come back and crimp the back on. Slide the strain relief on. And now you have a ready to use ST connector that's field installable. So Light Seal really is a great technology for using with plastic fiber optics. So if you need any other advice or explanations of that, feel free to give us a call or look on our website. Thank you very much.